West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin's announcement earlier this month that he would not seek re-election shifted next year's Senate map even further away from Democrats' narrow majority, political analysts say, underscoring how such a victory depends on Trump country. Manchin's seat is one of three his party is defending in states where Donald Trump won over Joe Biden in 2020. The moderate West Virginian, who had been in power for a long time, announced his retirement after continuing to win even as his state continued to grow more conservative. He has greatly reduced his party's chances of success here next year, analysts and experts told ABC News. Whoever controls the Senate can influence not only government spending and other legislation outside of Congress, but also the confirmation of cabinet secretaries and justices, as well as Supreme Court justices. Experts say the easiest way for Democrats to maintain their 51-seat majority is through Ohio's Sherrod Brown and Montana's Jon Tester. If Democrats hold that pair of seats while President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are re-elected and Harris can vote to break 5,050 tie in the Senate, they will hold chamber. However, according to experts, this will likely lead to a costly and difficult election cycle, with West Virginia almost certainly Republican primary. The starting point is now a 5,050 Senate instead of 5,149 Democratic majority, said Nathaniel Rakich, 538's senior elections analyst. Democrats could potentially lose in Montana or Ohio, but then they would have to pick a Republican seat in hostile districts like Florida or Texas, which would be an even bigger challenge, Rakich said, referring to Sens. Scott and Ted Cruz. Senator Sherrod Brown, a Democrat from Ohio and chairman of the Senate Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs Committee, speaks at a hearing on May 16, 2023 in Washington, D.C., USA. DragoBloomberg via file. The Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee has been publicly boasting about its strategy and insisting they have multiple ways to win. This sentiment was detailed in a recent DSCC memo from the group's chief executive, Christie Roberts. The assessment is based part on mainstream Republican candidates being flawed rather than being nominated when Democrats campaigned on issues like access to abortion that are important to voters. In some states like Michigan past elections, Democrats have also signaled they will reallocate focus and resources to try to flip Cruz' Texas seat and Scott's Florida seat. Both incumbents won narrowly the last time they ran for office. We're going to protect our Democratic seats, put Republicans on the defensive in places like Texas, Florida, and not take things for granted. That's the mentality we brought to winning last round. That's what will lead us victory in 2024. Senate Republicans have said they have not drastically changed their election strategy despite the possible election in West Virginia. Senator Ted Cruz,